We have a great morning for you. A little history, a lot of entertainment, and I'm very excited about this show today because my second guest is Evangelist Mary Costin, and you wait till you get a load of her. And my first guest, we're going to be talking about Idlewild, and that is Mr. Richard Welch and Miss Maya Williamson. Good morning. Good morning, good morning,
Good
good
morning,
morning.
good morning.
Okay, now we'll be talking to you right now. All right. So, welcome.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much.
Well, we were in the green room practically crying this morning because Old Home Week. But a lot of the audience knows probably about Idlewild. Some people might have been up there way in the past. But this morning, I'd like to give a quick history lesson on Idlewild.
Okay, back in history, the top black resort area in the United States was Idlewild. It was at the time before integration where we couldn't just go anywhere and have a resort. This was the black resort. It was in northern Michigan. Myself, I'm from Grand Rapids originally, and my family has owned property there since I was 8 years old, a few years ago.
Yeah.
But what happened there was something that we need to tell our story because, people hear about the Grand Ole Opry, and that's where this type of music started. But where did ours start at? We need to tell our story. It started in Idlewild. It's called the Chitlin Circuit. The list of celebrities that have come through Idlewild, you couldn't believe it. As a kid, from our cottage down one street was Jackie Wilson. Up the
Yeah.
other street was Major Lance. I remember when Duke and the Four Tops first came up there. I seen Joe Louis. What I'm saying is that at one time, you could stand there and see license plates from all over the country, all walks of life. If integration ever hurt anything, it hurt Idlewild.
Well, as a young girl, I kind of thought of Idlewild as a resort. Maya, you told me a story about Jackie Wilson this morning. Tell the audience that quick story.
Yes, my grandfather owned Letman's Hardware and Variety right there at the beginning of Williams Island. And my cousin Regina was waiting on customers, and she said this beautiful lavender Cadillac drove up. And this young man got out with a pompadour with a curl over his eye. And he had on a lavender suit with the white shirt buttoned down to here to match. And she said when he came in and he looked up at her and he said, "I'd like to have a brown eyebrow pencil." And she said
A
she
brown
swooned.
eyebrow pencil.
Yeah, she realized it was Jackie Wilson. He was there to perform at the Paradise Club.
That's right.
Right, they had two clubs, the Paradise and the
Three
Flamingo.
clubs.
Oh,
Three.
El Maraca, Paradise, and the
The
Flamingo.
Flamingo right across the street from the skating rink.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I got a heck of a story about the Flamingo. I got to tell it. Walked out the Flamingo. I'm 8 years old. I stand there. A car pulls up. A guy gets out the car and stands up. The car looks like a toy. I went back in the skating rink, got all my buddies. Came out. He's the biggest man in the world. It was Wilt Chamberlain.
Really?
That's right, Wilt
He
Chamberlain.
was almost 7 feet tall.
7'1".
Oh,
Back
my
when you didn't have
goodness.
many 7'1".
I mean, what was that? Wow. So people came from all over. Now, you brought some pictures here this morning too, Maya, but you have a real attachment to Idlewild.
Yes. My grandparents were entrepreneurs in Idlewild. My grandfather worked for the Ford Motor Company on the line, and he saved from his money at Ford. Back then, in the 30s, concrete block was 10 cents a block. And when he finished his paycheck, whatever he had left, he and his three brothers would put it together. If they had $1, then they bought 10 concrete blocks. And they eventually built a hardware and variety store right on the island. And it was where everybody in the community came to purchase everything. We had everything from the eyeliner that the showgirls needed for their performances, to the feathers that they had on their costumes, to hardware.
So well, let's kind of look at these pictures as soon as we could get them up. But you sent some photos that we have here that show some of the island and all of that. So we should be seeing those in just a moment. In just a moment. Wow, beautiful. So we'll be seeing those in just.
Yeah.
Just
And
a
then we
moment.
talk about the showgirls. People remember Ziggy Johnson.
Yes.
Ziggy's dancers are the dancers on the island. There's a gentleman out of Saginaw, was the #1 promoter in the country, Arthur Braggs, Big Daddy Braggs. There's so much history in Idlewild that we could talk for the rest of the day and not
Good.
touch upon it. So much of our history.
Yeah, so we'll be getting those up momentarily. Now, were you raised here?
I was raised in Detroit, but I spent my summers in Idlewild. My grandfather lived there full time, and when you turned 11, you got to come up and work the summer, and it was a real privilege because your parents dropped you off the last day of school, and you worked in the store until Labor Day when they came and picked you back up. And as a result of all our hard work, my grandfather gave us each a $100 bill, crisp $100 bill, and he had 11 grandchildren. So you can
Wow.
imagine what an honor it was. Everybody couldn't wait till they were 11 years old to go and work in the store.
Well, what's amazing too is Maxine Willis, our own WHPR's Maxine Willis, Miss Key's kids herself, worked for your grandfather.
Yes, I didn't find that out till I got here, and we had her crying in the green room, and she really felt an attachment to my grandfather. She said that he gave her her first job when she was 11, when everybody said she was too young. That was just the type of person that my grandfather was. He believed
She
in
said he taught her to count money.
count money, wait on customers. My grandfather was a stickler for the best customer service in Idlewild, and he taught us all great work ethics. And he didn't believe in not giving anyone a chance. Everyone was worthy of a chance, and if you proved him right, then you had his trust forever, and he was a friend to you forever. Whatever you needed, he would do it for you.
Wow. And it's like, how many businesses, black businesses, were up there?
At the height in Idlewild's heyday in the 50s and the 60s, there were 300 African American
And that's
businesses in Idlewild. from
300.
300.
300.
That's the truth on that small island in that area.
So Idlewild is an island?
Idlewild has an island, but
It
it
has
sits
an
on 3,000 acres in the middle of the Manistee National Forest. And the 3,000
Wow.
acres that were carved out were just for African Americans. They sit inside of this enclave up in Lake County.
I wonder how that came to be.
Well, initially, now you remember if you study history, the land was initially purchased by white people. You remember when lots up there used to be $25 a lot.
$25 a lot.
Dollar down, dollar a month. The first couple, if you get the book, The Black Eden of Michigan, first page will show you the first black couple that ever stayed in Idlewild, Mrs. Buckles. They bought the first property ever up
Correct.
there. It's in the first page of the book. They had to sleep in a shed for 6 months while they completed the first house. There's so much history that I get baffled even thinking about it. Just what I know. And I mean, it's happened. My parents told me about Idlewild. We couldn't wait to get there.
It's
That's it.
beautiful. It's
was
absolutely
beautiful.
beautiful.
What's around? Is Holly near there? Holly, Michigan?
No, Holly isn't near there. You have Ludington. You have Traverse City is about an hour away. Idlewild is rural in nature, but cosmopolitan because you have Big Rapids, you have Grand Rapids, you have Ludington, the beautiful shores of Lake Michigan, and you
Yes.
have a wonderful lake. Idlewild boasts 5 lakes, all within walking distance.
So from WHPR to Idlewild, how long does it take us to get there?
It's about
Oh,
three,
here's
three
some
and
of
a
the
half
pictures.
hours. Oh, that's a picture of my brother's wife and my 2 uncles sitting behind the store, and you see the Giles Hotel in back of it. Phil Giles built that
Phil
hotel.
Giles.
Giles Hotel. Okay. Oh, that was a nice picture. So the Giles Hotel, that was a black-owned
Yeah,
hotel?
Black-owned
Phil
hotel.
Giles.
It had 2 towers with a center entrance, and anyone who was anyone stayed there. And it had a beautiful lake view over Lake Idlewild.
But you said anyone who was anyone.
Anyone who was
Oh, now
anyone.
that's
So
your
you didn't-
grandfather.
That's my grandfather, Archie Letman. The foundation is named after him and his wife, Minnie Letman, my grandmother.
Wow. He seemed to be, quite a engaged, he would cast a big shadow.
He was a big man. He stood 6'2", and when he hugged you, it was a bear hug, but it was a hug filled with love
Love.
and encouragement.
Oh, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. This man, from what you told me and what Maxine told me, was just quite a man.
He was. My grandmother died 9 days after their last child was born. And her dying wish was that her children not be separated. So my grandfather was left with 6 daughters to raise. And he did an excellent job. And his sister-in-law, my aunt, stayed and helped him raise his daughters. And each one of them, he instilled in them, and they passed on to each one of their children the work ethics, always sharing and caring. And the one thing my grandfather said is do no harm to Idlewild. Whatever you do, you protect it and you guard her, and you make sure that you give back to the community. And that's what the main mission of the foundation is, to give back to the community of Idlewild.
What year did he pass? Oh, look at that. Look at that.
That's our venue in Idlewild. That sits in Idlewild Lake on Williams Island, and that's where our concert is going to be.
Oh, the festival.
The festival.
The festival, and we'll be talking about that, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. And this is something I have to make it there. I have to.
You can't
Au-
wait.
Yourself to
it's
do that.
August 8th, right?
August 8th, Saturday, August 8th from noon to 8 p.m.
And we'll get into that because one of WHPR's old friends will be performing, Mr. Michael Henderson.
Right.
Yes, Michael Henderson,
And Gene Carn.
Gene Carn, and Willie Ford in the Dramatics.
Oh, Willie Ford, my good
Yes.
friend, Willie
Oh,
Ford.
we've had a young girl out of Grand Rapids that is out of sight. Jerry Wade, you're going to enjoy her.
Yes.
She sings.
Sing.
Yes, she's a soul singer.
She sings, performs.
Oh,
You're going to
perform.
enjoy her.
And we
Oh.
have Arnell Carmichael, who
Yep.
is a former co-lead singer with Ray Parker Jr. in radio. He's
Oh,
going to
really?
sing Ghostbusters
Yeah.
theme.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And so, Idlewild, how did people hear about this place from all over the country?
Well,
And wait, what year did it start doing these performances and stuff? Do you know?
Idlewild was formed in 1912. It was incorporated in 1912.
Oh,
The first African American excursion took place 100 years ago this year in 1915. And one of the famous entrepreneurs there and business owners was Leela Wilson. She was on that excursion. And she built Wilson's Paradise Gardens, which is just in Idlewild. And they had a store. She was one of the largest landowners, and she was one of the original sales reps for the Idlewild Resort Company.
jeez.
And their lure to get middle class African Americans to Idlewild was come and enjoy Black Eden,
right.
pure paradise.
Black Eden?
Yes.
Eden, Michigan.
And they had
the
an
name of the book.
ingenious sales plan. They
Yes.
hired African American saleswomen, real estate salespeople, to get people to come for $1 down and $1 a month.
Oh,
And for every lot that the salesperson sold, they in turn got another lot. So Leela Wilson was a top salesperson, and she ended up having her own subdivision in Idlewild, and she went on to be quite the entrepreneur.
So tell me, what happened with Idlewild, I guess, in the 60s or 70s to try to make it kind of lose some of that luster and that?
Integration. People found reasons and had the opportunities to go to a lot of other places for their summers.
Like,
In the past, how many in Vegas? Tahoe.
now this.
It's a
the-
historical marker
Yeah.
for the Flamingo Club. The Flamingo Club still stands. It celebrates this year its 60th anniversary. 60 years ago, the Four Tops performed there when they were still the Four Ames.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was going
I
to.
remember when they were the 4 A's.
They were the Four Ames.
They
That's
were the
something
Four
I
Ames.
thought I was a.
No.
I knew Motown. The Four Ames.
They started out as the Four Ames and transitioned into the Four Tops.
That's amazing.
Think of some of the names. Della Reese.
Della
Della
Reese
Reese.
started there.
You can go
Dinah
down
Washington,
Dinah
Aretha
Washington.
Franklin,
Ray Aretha.
B.B. King.
All of them. Go way back. There's so much history.
So much.
Lottie
history.
the Body.
Oh, I knew Lottie.
I
Yeah,
know she was up there.
Oh my gosh.
Lottie the Body.
Because she used to be down at Bomax when we had the Bomax Club here and stuff like that. And she was an older woman, but she could still kick those legs up
Yes.
and everything. Well, listen, so what happened? You say integration.
Well, when I say integration, as people were privy to go other places, they kind of put Idlewild to the side. And what happened is that you have a lot of younger people. Idlewild didn't mean as much to them as it did to others. And people have a tendency, if your grandparents own a place, you don't pay the taxes. She'll tell you, one thing about Idlewild, you got to pay the taxes. Because
Yes.
what happened is that there were people that came in that took advantage of it. Pay back taxes is your property.
Right.
And it's so beautiful. Plus, I got to say one thing. Do not confuse this Idlewild with that movie that you saw.
Oh, no.
No.
This has nothing to do with it. It's a total different thing.
I couldn't understand that with that whole movie thing. Now, are we trying to resurrect Idlewild and get it back to its once glory, or give it?
Yes, yes. That is why I formed the foundation, to pay tribute to my grandparents and to give back to the residents of Lake County with an emphasis on Idlewild. We're rehabilitating the historic buildings in Idlewild.
Great.
We're also bringing jobs and economic opportunity to the
Great.
residents.
Oh,
And we want Idlewild to become that gem that she once was. We want people to be able to enjoy paradise.
Because in a lot of ways, it was like a Mecca.
It was.
Yes.
It was like a Mecca. Because didn't people come up there and stay for a while? It was like,
Yes.
you know,
Cottages, I mean. It's
yeah, they had
just-
cottages.
it would take you a half hour to drive across a half-mile island.
Yes,
That's how-
25,000 people
Bumper to bumper, let
came
me
from
tell you.
all over the world to visit Idlewild, and that's where they spent their summers. And it was known as when you hit the blinking light on US 10, you knew you were free.
That's it. When you hit the blinking light, turn left, you're there.
Oh, amazing. I have never been there.
You have to come. We're
I
looking
have
forward
to come
it.
because I've been hearing about it all my life, but we never had the, I guess we never had the wherewithal to get there.
Well, once you come, you're never going to want to leave because Idlewild has that draw.
It's
Is
It
there
has the
property available on
There is still
Idlewild?
property
Yes.
available. Come and be a part of a wonderful experience. We're going to take Idlewild to the next level.
So let's talk about this festival. And you said Michael Henderson is excited about coming.
very,
Definitely.
very.
I
Talked to him
remember
last
when,
night.
when he was here, he gave the best concert. He was on forever. We had him here New Year's
Right,
Eve.
we enjoyed it.
It was wonderful. Yeah, you were here,
Yeah, it
Ricky. Richard, well, Ricky.
Ricky.
Anyway, I like the idea of the entrepreneurship. And okay, the festival brings people up there.
Correct.
They're bringing people up there to rediscover or discover the island. Is that correct?
Correct. And to give Idlewild that shot in the arm that she needs to get that economic catalyst going again.
Now, are there still black businesses up there?
Yes, Idlewild once had 300 African American businesses. She now has 6. She has two
Six?
working. She has 6. She has 2 working hotels, and the local tavern, Red Rooster, which used to be
Red
Rosanna's
Rooster.
Tavern, sits
Yeah.
right in the heart of Idlewild, and we cram in there on summer evenings, and we just have a ball.
Oh, wow. I like those kind of things. Usually I end up dancing on the table.
Everybody.
Oh, okay. Well, come
Yeah,
on. We got
yeah.
a table for you.
Yeah, oh, you'll never get enough of that. They can't unsee it either. But what I was going to ask, how would we get up there? Say if I don't drive like freeways long like that, do you have any transportation that's available to help us get up there? Or?
Yes, we have. We realize that people don't have a way to get to Idlewild. If you've never been there, we're sponsoring bus packages, and you can reach us at the office, and we'll get you on there. It's very reasonable, and you get a lot of perks with that. We've got a souvenir T-shirt that you're going to leave with. It includes your concert ticket and a VIP welcome reception with some of the residents and entrepreneurs in Idlewild.
Wow, because, we need to start getting we need to start buying up that land again.
Right.
It's a
Because, if certain people hear
about
about
it,
they'll
we're gonna
buy
be
up
in
the
They're
trouble.
aware
town.
of it. They've been mining already.
Oh, Lord, because some people will buy up the town,
Yes.
We've, Detroit can tell
experienced
you.
that.
Yeah, they will buy up the town. We have Kwame on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'd like to know if does Rudy Robinson ring a bell to anybody on your panel?
Yes, he does. I knew Rudy. Knew him
Yeah.
very
Okay.
well. Rudy played up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure
Rudy,
he
Hot
did.
Rod,
I beg your pardon?
Rudy, Hot Rod Lumpkins, all of them played up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember
You
them
know,
all when they was up
I'm
there.
I'm an artist and I play guitar, and it's amazing to me that artists and musicians really don't think about the relationship they have with culture. There's so much culture in musicians and artists, but we never even think about that. And I can even think of singers like Joan Crawford. I don't know if you know
I
her,
know Joan.
but sometimes she has the audience spellbound. Okay, and I talk to her and I tell her that she's so much therapy, and she just brushes it off like she hasn't done anything. You know, you know, you were talking about integration and destroy it out a while. But see, in separation, we actually find ourselves in our music, and that's like an oasis. Entertainment is like an oasis to us, and you know, it's good that white folks get the influence of black music, and I think that's one reason that we're so blessed with that, so we can get that to the world. But musicians and artists have such enormous impact on the culture, and we just seem to brush that off like it doesn't
Well,
matter.
I don't dismiss it, Kwame, because I'm an artist myself. I perform. I've performed everywhere from a little bar to the Tom Joyner Cruise. And I know how good it can be for people. But, oh, and I just wanted to mention Willie Tyler and Lester worked there also, Mr. Henry
right.
Tyler's brother. And I don't want to call it a dummy, but, you know, Lester. But Ricky wanted to answer you, Kwame.
Well, Kwame, believe me, there's so much legacy up there. This past week, I've talked to several artists. They're already talking to me about next year's show. They want to have this on their resume. It's Rick. Do you realize having your resume that you performed in Idlewild? It may not mean nothing to some people, but to artists who know history and legacy, it means something to have that on there. I'll tell you, I wish I had the list of all the prominent, successful musicians, artists, whatever, that have performed up in the Chitlin circuit, they call it.
Well, Kwame, what do you play?
I play guitar. I play the whole rhythm section, but that's how I make my money playing guitar.
Who do you play with?
Well, I have my own group called Injuku, and I play at the Shrine every Sunday. And I play for anybody that's paying.
I hear that.
Right. You play bass guitar or what?
Lead guitar.
Lead guitar. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. But yes, art is very therapeutic, and what artists do for an audience makes an audience feel so much better in the end. And I don't think that that's being dismissed at all. But when you're an artist, and you might know this yourself, when you're performing, you're doing your best, you just for the love of it and everything. And then when
Yeah.
people tell you, say, wow, you know, you were like with Joan. Joan is an excellent singer. And a lot of times you're doing it for the love of it, the love of your audience, and you don't think about how therapeutic it can be.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I understand it. And, you know, I was talking to other singers. They tell me when you sing, you're actually in a trance, you know. And I was telling, like Joan, I was telling her I can listen to certain people and actually touch bases with their past lives. And this other singer was telling me that you're in a trance, and sometimes these singers actually put you in a trance. You're dealing with a lot of soul and spiritual
Well,
history.
I'm a little older than you, Kwame. I tell you, the Temptations had me in a trance. I could have walked off a bridge. But thank you so much for calling, and I hope to see you perform. A lot of times I'm with the bands that Al McKenzie has and so forth. I'm always around. I know a lot of musicians here, and hopefully, if you see me, make sure you come and make yourself known.
Right.
And
Okay.
hopefully, you could get up to Idlewild.
Yes, we'd love to have
Yeah,
you.
I got friends up there. talk to me, tell me to come up there.
Well, you need to come up that
this
weekend
event.
Come
where
up August 8th.
August 8th. August
Yes,
8th.
I will. I will.
All
I'll
right.
try.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. I really want to go up there. Now, you said the bus pass. We could get a bus. We could get a bus, and we get a T-shirt. There's a little package concern. Now, give the number of your audience, your office again, so that we can
Our
make sure.
office number is 248-773-7858, and you can visit our website at www.visitidlewild.com.
Ricky.
I'd also like to mention that what we're going to be doing on the 17th, it's for the grand opening for the Truth Bistro, which will be downtown. Idlewilders, people affiliated with the Idlewild Festival, will have a lot of material there. We're going to have a whole table that'll be at the grand opening. Try to make it. Matter of fact, try to support this young guy. The Truth. It's on Broadway. Mike
on
Watts.
Broadway?
On Broadway.
Where
It
on
used to be
Broadway?
Network, used to be Elon's.
Oh, Elon.
Mike
Okay.
Watts, who owned Waterfalls, just opened it. I'll tell you, it's beautiful. Mike's willing to work, help support it. Mike wants to be up in Idlewild as a part of this also. I tell everybody, be a part of history. Don't miss this. You cannot miss this.
Right.
You want to be there.
This restaurant is called, is it a
The
restaurant or a
Truth.
club?
It's a club. That's right. It's a jazz club. It's right on Broadway. It's called The Truth. Can't miss it. I tell you. Right across from where
That new place,
right.
that new place, I've been there. We've been
It
there.
used to be Elon's. It used to be Network.
I remember, I did some
Okay.
fashion shows there
I
and
have too.
everything,
I
yeah.
have. But
yeah.
no, we're going to be there for its grand opening. I've already reserved 2 tables for our group. We'll have any information relevant to the festival, answer any questions, anything, but be there.
So, Dinah Washington, I want to just kind of get back to her. She was fantastic. I wish
Yes,
I
she
was
was.
grown up when she was around, really, because not only was she a singer, but she had this kind of sassiness. Oh, we have Jim on the line. I was just, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you
I
have?
had a question for the guests. I know they talked a lot about the music and the history of Idlewild. Can they expand at least a little bit on some of the other activities available in Idlewild?
Well, Idlewild has a wonderful beach. It has the best beach in Lake County, so there's swimming. We're right on the beach. They also have kayaking is in the near future, and also there is biking. Idlewild has a beautiful state bike trail that goes right through Idlewild called the Pierre Marquette Bike Trail. It's one of the top-rated trails in the state of Michigan, and you can actually take that trail from Midland, Michigan, all the way to Ludington, and it comes right through Idlewild. So please, if you're into the outdoorsy stuff, please see that trail, and also fishing. If you are a fisherman, which I know Richard is,
Richard's a fisherman.
and so is Michael Henderson. He's
Yes,
a
he is.
fisherman.
Michael
You can
is.
get some of the best fish there. We have bluegill, we have trout, we have bass, we have pike.
You got
Come
walleye.
on and fill those nets.
Wow. Have you ever been? You've never been there, Jim?
Yeah, I do know the area a little bit, yes, and that's why I wanted them to talk a little bit about some of the other things. 'Cause some people are into the music, some people are into the outdoor activities.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
There's enough for everybody up there.
Yes.
There's
Sure.
enough for everybody. You're going to find your niche there.
Yes, absolutely. There's enough for everybody. I can't wait to get up there. I cannot wait.
We can't wait to have
And thank you so much, Jim.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Like you said, Brenda, you can't wait. Through talking to people in Grand Rapids, skiing, the immediate area, they're looking for a reason to come back. This is a reason for them to come back to Idlewild. They can't wait.
Come
People
home.
cannot wait. Even the ones who've never been there have heard so much, they can't wait to be there. This weekend is going to be off the hook. I tell you, be there.
That's August 8th. And so we have, it's like 4 weeks from,
About 3 weeks from today.
3 weeks from today.
Be there.
Be there, please.
That's all I got to tell you.
Oh, be there or
You don't want to hear about it. You want to be there.
You want to be there.
And
You
tell
want to be
about
part
it.
So
of
we would
history.
bring our own. I'd bring my own chair.
Yes, we have a limited number of seating, and it's one of those things like the DTE theater. You bring your own chairs,
My
you bring
folding
your
chair.
own
No, I
blankets.
like my folding
Okay.
chair.
Well,
It's a
bring your
good
folding chair.
You know, I like it
I
because
do too.
I'm able to. You know,
can get comfortable.
Yeah, I can get comfortable. I know what I'm
Yeah.
doing, so I have that choice to bring it.
Yes, you have your choice to bring it.
Wow. And so we would go up there. We'd leave here. And what time again?
The buses are leaving at 7 a.m. from the Sam's Club parking lot on West 8 Mile, and you'll arrive in beautiful Idlewild about 11 a.m. The gates open at 12, and the concert ends around 8:30, and you'll board your bus at 9, and you'll be back in Detroit by 1 a.m. And it's just going to be a wonderful time. We've got the West Michigan African Drum Corps that's going to open the festival with drumming and dancing. And we've got Jay Bell, the comedian, who's going to fill
Oh,
in
I know
between
him.
the acts.
I know him well.
Yes, and
He's
we
been
have
on the show.
Yeah, we have certain spoken word poets that are going to be there to fill in between the acts, and it's just going to be a wonderful time. And we're right on the lake. The lake is a backdrop for the
You
performance.
didn't tell her I'm a poet. I told her.
You did tell me you're a
Yeah.
poet. I've been trying to wheedle Brenda into coming in and blessing us with some of her poetry.
Maybe if I come, I'll do a couple.
Please.
But and I do plan to come and just enjoy. And there's food up there. There's
Oh.
We're
going
going
to
to
be
have
food.
vendors. We have food vendors. We have shopping vendors. Strictly Sportswear is going to be there. We have a young lady that makes purses is going to be
Oh,
there.
yes.
We have some scented candles, and we have some made in Michigan products. It's just going to be a wonderful time.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here, August 8th. But you need to contact, because once that bus fills up, it's up.
It's up.
It's up. But some people like to drive, take their own time. I have no idea
It's an
where,
easy drive,
where it
right?
is, so the bus will have
It's so
to carry
simple to
me.
drive.
It's a simple drive.
75 to 10 turn left.
And if you're coming out
You can't miss
96 way, you can come out 96 to 131 to 10.
Oh, what is that?
And if you want to stay the weekend, we have discounts at the hotels in Big Rapids.
That's
If you
the last
mention a
thing I
Letman
want
group.
to ask you, because I got to get to Mary. But the last thing I wanted to ask you, what if I wanted to get away for a weekend? I could just go up there.
You can come up. There are a couple hotels that are filled right now because this is the beginning of Idlewild Week on August 8th. You have Morton's Motel and Paradise Lake Motel. But you have, in Big Rapids, we've arranged special discounts. It's about a 20-minute drive to Idlewild. Mention the Letman Group at the Holiday Inn, the Quality Inn and Suites, and the Country Inn and Suites, and you'll get a special discount rate.
How many
And-
are you expecting?
Oh, we're expecting about 2,500 people. We want to fill that island and make Idlewild feel
Oh,
loved.
yeah.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Give that phone number again.
It's 248-773-7858.
And the website.
www.visitidlewild.com.
Well, thank you all. You've made me excited.
You are so welcome.
I'm ready to dance on that table. What's the name of that club?
The Red Rooster.
Red
Okay,
Rooster.
Red Rooster.
Okay.
I'll be back in just a minute with a genius of music. And she's chosen to give it to God.
That's good.
We'll be back in just a moment.